Good morning, everyone. This is Casual Talk here. Today, I'm going to be talking about how personal character is much more important than your work ethic. No matter where you are, no matter where you go, your local grocery store, Walmart, your local shopping center, you go to work, you go to the job, especially at work, in a working professional environment. You need the money to get by in life, to get your resources that you need: food, water, clothes, shelter. Your personality is a lot more important than your work ethic. If you're at a job that you don't like, you don't go on showing it. You have to have a plan. And when you have a plan to leave a job, do what you're supposed to do to get by on that job. Don't meet eye to eye with the wrong people. Mind your business, because me and my wife personally, we don't agree with workplace drama. I definitely don't agree with it. I have no friends from work. I just speak to my coworkers at work and I go home. Mind my business. Take pride at my job, because you need to keep the job. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't get involved in nobody's business. And keep it pushing. And you'll be okay. There's some cases that could be out of your control, like the company may downsize, hours may change, things happen, things may change. That could affect the working environment. It could affect you too, yes. But overall, your personal character or your personality or your character as an individual, as a person, right, as a human being, it matters a lot more than your work ethic. If you're a very hard worker, that does not excuse all the bad behaviors and all the bad things you brought onto the work environment. For example, you have two men, Joe and Jim. Joe goes into work, clocks in, clocks out, says good morning, says his piece, take pride in his work, minds his business, managed to get by within the company that he's working for about 3 to 5 years. Jim, on the other hand, that's not the case. Jim, same exact work ethic, works hard, takes pride in his work, but for some reason, he doesn't know how to keep people out of his mouth. He is very messy. He's an instigator. He makes gossip more than what it is. He likes to start. He likes drama. He acts effeminate. There's times where he could lash out at somebody for bothering him and annoying him. He is very aggressive with his coworkers. Very nasty attitude. He is very cocky, arrogant. He says, "Oh, I can get another job," but he's still there. And then a few months go by. Hey, Jim, we gotta let you go. Why is that? You're disrupting the work environment. Everything that you've been doing was very unprofessional, uncalled for. We gotta let you go. And that's it. And that's how Jim got people and his coworkers to not like him. You bring that type of attitude, whatever you got going on at home, whatever the problems that you got, if you associate that with your character at work, people are going to see you for that character. They're going to see you that way. Keep your business and your misery outside of work. You don't ever bring that into the work environment. You know why? Because your personal character in a professional working environment, it matters a lot more than your work ethic. Just like how in a relationship, looks could get you in the door, but even your character in the dating market, in the dating scene today. It's what gets you a lot further in life. It's what gets you a lot further in better opportunities. It's what gets you a lot further in better outcomes, better situations, especially when someone is successful and understands the quality of life. People does not want to be around a nasty person, a person who's hard to get along with, arrogant. I'm just going to be very truthful. I have a coworker at my current job, and I don't really bring up too much stories, and it's funny is that I handled the situation well, and it was professionally taken care of, thank God. My new current job, I work for a major company. I think the name of the company is called, I'm just going to be truthful. The major company is within the warehouse, right? I work as a janitor there. That's my main job because I have two jobs. One of my coworkers, for some reason, she was very nice. We were cool. You know, she was showing me the ropes, how she does her thing, because she works second shift. She works night shift. She's the janitor that comes in after I leave. So our manager wanted us to kind of like collide one day, and I come in later while she comes in earlier, so that way we can have the 4 hours to spend together, so I could be able to, shadow her. And her true colors started to come out of nowhere when she assumed, because one area was not cleaned, she assumed that I was not doing my job. And she didn't warn me. She didn't say anything. It just, she acted like I did not exist. It was driving me crazy because I was like, what did I do wrong? I'm always doing my job. We kept talking about routes, how I should do my job. It got so bad where even people started to notice her character, and there were some people that knew how she was as a person. The day that hit the nail in the coffin was the day a lot of people said I should have left and not come back to the job. She yelled at me and raised her voice, her tone, in the main break room in front of many of my coworkers. It was embarrassing. And at the same time, I found it sad too, because while I was monotone, I was being very professional. She was, you're not doing your job. Guess who stepped in? The manager stepped in. Once he stepped in, he separated both of us. He asked me what was going on, because he said he seen what the problem was, how she was lashing on you. I explained everything to him. He understood, and he even told me, for one, he's the manager. I tell you what to do. She isn't. Nobody else should be telling you what to do. I see what you do. I see that you always do your job. You do what you're supposed to do. You mind your business. You do your job and you go home. That's it. That's it. You do what you're supposed to do. You do your job. And then he said that he's going to pull her aside. He's going to take care of it. Since then, that told me that I do not want to associate myself with this woman. She's just a coworker to me, and the fact that she lashed out on me the second time, because it's like she basically was acting like a victim, because she kept saying how, I'm gonna leave this job. I don't care. I'm gonna leave. And come to find out. This is funny. Come to find out, She was the one rarely doing her job. So it's like, I don't know if it was an insecurity mechanism that kicked in. I don't know what it was. Because there's people out there that are so toxic. They can't stand seeing another person do better than them at the exact same job. It's like they can't stand it. They can't stomach it. And then those same people want you to feel bad for them. No. That's why you can't feel bad for people who are also miserable. And misery loves company is a true term for my coworker that I mentioned in this video. I'm using her as an example because I do not believe in gossiping. It was wrong how she acted, what she did, and it's sad that this woman is a lot older than me, and I was taught to respect my elders and people who are older than me, but at the exact same time, I don't have to talk to you either. So since then, I decided to distance myself and keep it professional because my manager even told me, you do not have to talk to her. You don't leave the job. He didn't even want me to leave. The next day, many of my coworkers who saw what happened stood up for me because they knew what I was about, that I don't bother nobody. I do my job. They like my character. I say good morning and I'm respectful. On the other hand, with my other coworker, people even pointed a lot out because of her character flaws. It gave them a reason to even pick on her other flaws. Her work ethic was also bad. So that's a double whammy. There are some cases, some companies will deal with people like this, but it does not be, it's not forever, it's not long term, because many cases they are taking their time and opportunity to be like, you know what, let's create a job post on the same position that she's in, find somebody, and once we find somebody to fill her role, we get her fired and we let her go. There are managers and supervisors who think like this when they're planning to replace an associate or planning to place one of their employees. When you're planning to replace somebody, you do it behind the scenes. You don't tell the person, oh, we're going to plan to replace you. No. Jobs know how to move too. A lot of managers isn't stupid. Many of them aren't. They move smart. You have to move wise on how the way the society is. You got to be one step ahead. If you're not one step ahead, people will catch on. And those people you're trying to be one step ahead of, they will catch on and they will have the opportunity to be one step ahead of you or catch up to you. But there's just some of them that don't care, and then they're very arrogant, lazy, their attitude is nasty, and they act that way because they act like entitled, spoiled brats because the company let them get away with a lot of things. And that also creates a problem. Now that person is toxic, and many people does not want to be around them. Your personal character truly matters a lot more than your work ethic. This is the reason why I brought up that example, and it's a true story. Treat people how you want to be treated goes a long way. But at the exact same time, you should not have to associate yourself with people with a negative, bad, nasty character. Even the Bible speaks about being around people like this. It speaks on this. Isn't that crazy? It's like even God knows. God knows the burden, the stress. The only best thing you could do is love people like this from afar and keep to yourself. Because negative coworkers is not the way to go. Even being a negative person and being miserable. Keep that privacy life and your problems at home. The whole world does not have to feel your wrath. Because it's not fair that other people that you barely know has to go through your problems because of the problems that you got. So because you're miserable, you want to make them miserable. You want to cause confusion, chaos, act out like a child, stress yourself, and then stress the other person. Play victim, because there's a lot of coworkers that are like that, especially women. Very messy. Out of all the coworkers that I had, it's most of the men that were more civilized. They were cool, chill, and they kept to themselves. If they got fired, they got themselves fired. Or they chose to quit. Other than that, from all the years that I've been experiencing, right, going in the workplace, it's the women that creates their own drama. It's women in general. There are men out there who are messy too, yes. But the majority of the time, I see women are the ones that bring the drama to the work environment. Keep all your feelings at home. Keep all your problems at home. You're at work. You have to know when to switch on and off. You have to know when to actually act cordial. You have a nasty character, work on it. But nobody else doesn't have to deal with it either. Nobody doesn't have to deal with you. This is just being real. Straight facts. And this is the truth. Your character goes a longer way. Your personality, how you carry yourself, goes a longer way with a good work ethic. Sure, you can have a bad work ethic and a great personality. That does not mean people are gonna keep your job. That does not mean that. If you have a good character, good personality, not just that, you're very professional. You carry yourself cordially and professionally. You know how to talk, smile, respectful, and your character is great. A lot of companies and jobs are going to like you. They're gonna like you. I've gotten many compliments from my past employees, even references that I still kept today for that very reason. References I still kept today, professional references. And it's a blessing to know that I continued to bring that to the table in each and every company and job that I've been working for. Your character goes a long way more than your work ethic. Have to remember that. And it's a blessing. This is Casual Talk here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.